Hi, in this video, I will be talking about statistical process control. I will talk about the R chart. Statistical process control, SPC or quality control, is a set of methods used to monitor the quality of services and manufactured goods. A process is not statistically stable or is out of statistical control if one or more of the following criteria are satisfied. One, there is a pattern, trend, or cycle that is obviously not random. Two, there is at least 1 point above the upper control limit or at least 1 point below the lower control limit. Three, run of 8 rule. There are at least 8 consecutive points, all above or below the center line. Next, we'll talk about the control chart for monitoring variation. In this case, we'll talk about the R chart. This is used to determine whether the variation of process data is within statistical control. For example, the customer service for a particular company claims that all calls are answered by specialists within 120 seconds. A sample of 5 calls per day were monitored over 14 days to ensure that the process is in control. Create the R chart for this 14-day period. The data is shown here. Our N is 5 in this case. Next, we'll go to Excel. Once we have the data in Excel, we create a column and call this the range. So we'll take the range for each of the 14 days. To find the range, I'll simply type equal to max of the values in this row. So I'm going to highlight that row minus the minimum of the values in the same row. So I'm going to repeat all of the range. So I'm going to drag that down to get the range for all of the 14 days. Then I'm going to take an overall average, which I will call R bar. So I'll simply type equal to average, and then I'm going to highlight the whole column here that contains the range for the 14 days. So it returns a value for me, which we call R bar. Next, I'll refer to the control chart constant table to get capital D3 and D4. My N here is 5, my D3 will be 0.00, and my D4 will be 2.115. I can now find my center line, which is simply R bar. We got that to be 42.9. My upper control limit will be D4 multiplied by R bar, which will be 2.115 times 42.9, which is 90.7. And my lower control limit will be D3 multiplied by R bar, which will be 0 multiplied by 42.9, which will be 0. Next, I'll put the values of my range in one column. My upper control limit, the same value throughout. It will be an horizontal line through that point. My lower control limit will be the same value throughout, which will be 0.0, an horizontal line through that point. And my center line will be the R bar, which is 42.9 in all that column. So next, in Excel, I would highlight all the 4 columns to be able to make my R chart. Then I'll go to insert, and then I'll click on the line right here. I'll select the very first one. So this right here is my R chart. So simply looking at the R chart, I will see that none of the 3 rules that we talked about holds. So we say that the process is within statistical control. Thank you for watching this video.